Let's practice translating the infinitive absolute in Pesukim. And we're going to look for that double shoresh, right? That double shoresh. And when we see it, we're going to add surely, right? And the first word is going to be an infinitive, and the second word is going to be finite. For example, it's going to be future or past, etc. In the first pasuk, Vayomru lo echav, so Vayomru is plural, and what's plural here? Echav, right? So his brothers said to him, Yosef's brothers said to him, Hamaloch timloch aleinu. So what type of hay is in the word hamaloch? What type of hay is this? This is a hey ha-she'ela. It turns the sentence into a question. So now let's translate this phrase without the hey ha-she'ela. So let's just translate it and then we'll turn it into a question. So here I have a repeated shoresh. Maloch, timloch. So my first word is an infinitive, and my second word is finite. Maloch, right? That's the kamatz, and then the cholam, right? Maloch, timloch aleinu. So timloch is my finite word. So timloch means you will rule. And the addition of the infinitive, I add surely. You will surely rule. However, I have a hey ha-she'ela, and the hey ha-she'ela just makes it will you surely rule aleinu, over us. And then I have im mashal timshal banu. So im continues the hey, the sentence into a question. So mashal timshal banu. Notice that the shoresh mashal repeats in the next word, timshal. And notice mashal has that kamatz and then a cholam. We even have a cholam malay. Mashal timshal banu. So which word's the infinitive? Mashal is infinite, and timshal is my finite verb. How do I translate timshal? I gave you the shoresh. Mem shin lamed is govern. That's you will govern. And then I look at the word mashal, my infinitive. What word do I insert when I have this type of infinitive? Surely, you will surely govern. But keep in mind that this is a question that changes. You will surely govern to will you surely govern, banu, on us, meaning over us. Now let's look at number 2. In Vayikra, Hashem speaking to Moshe, the El B'nai Yisrael Tomar, and to B'nai Yisrael Tomar, you shall say, Ish, mi B'nai Yisrael. So a lot of students often mix up a repeated noun with a repeated verb. A repeated noun, you just add the word each. Okay, you add the word each. You don't add surely, right? It's not definitely, it's just each. So ish would be each man, mi b'nai Yisrael, from b'nai Yisrael, the children of Israel, asher yitain mizaro, yitain, that he will, natan's my shorish, my nun got squished between two consonants, that he will give from his offspring. La molech is a type of idol worship in which people used to sacrifice their children to the molech, to that type of avodah zarah, to that type of idol worship. So each man from Bnei Israel that will give from his offspring to molech, mot yumat. So mot yumat, notice I have my double shoresh here. Mot yumat. My first word is my infinitive, and my second word is my finite word. Yumat, my yud prefix, means he will. And meet is die. He will die. Now, what word do I have to insert in the middle? He will surely die. He shall surely die. Okay? It does not follow, notice that mot does not follow that structure that we've been talking about, the kamatz and the cholam, just because it is a weak verb with that ayin vav, the vav in the middle of the shoresh. But we can figure it out based on the repeated shoresh of mot. Now let's look at number 3. In Devarim, ki yihiyeh b'cha evion, when there will be among you a poor person, me'achad achecha, from one of your brethren, from one of your brothers, patoach tiftach et yadecha lo. Notice that I have the repeated shoresh patoach, tiftach, patach, right? So my first word is my infinitive absolute, and notice it follows the structure of the kamatz, cholam, right? Why do I have the patach under the chet? Because the patach genuva that we mentioned with the participles. So how do I translate this? So first I start with my finite verb, tiftach, you shall or will open. And then I insert what word in the middle? You shall surely open. Okay, you shall surely open at yad lo, your hand to him. Okay, meaning when I read the rest of the pasuk, I actually see another infinitive, naton titin lo. So it's a little bit tricky because naton titin, if you look at titin, you don't see exactly the same shoresh because the nun, right, got assimilated, got squished between two consonants, right? So it gets a dagesh in the next letter. So naton titin lo. So I really do have a repeated shoresh. It's just kind of hidden. So titin is you shall give. But I have naton, right? You shall surely give lo to him. And notice naton again follows that structure of a kamatz, cholam. Okay, let's look at number 4. Shaleach tishalach et ha'im. Notice shaleach tishalach, I have my repeated shoresh. Shin lamed chet, tishalach, shin lamed chet. You'll notice that shaleach does not follow the formula of the kamatz cholam, right? Shaleach has different nikudot. The nikudot, the vowels for shaleach, are a patach and a tzerei with the patach genuva. So what's going on? Shaleach happens to be a different form of, it's not kal, we're learning kal, pa'al, but it still follows the same concept of a repeated shoresh, and we can, simple enough that we can see. Shaleach in kal means to send, but in PL it means something a little bit stronger. It means to like chase away. Think of it as sending away. So shaleach tishalach is you shall surely chase away or send away the et ha'im, the mother. What type of mother? A bird, a mother bird. The et habanim, and the children of the bird, tikach lach, you shall take for yourself. So you see here that the repeated shoresh provided me with an infinitive absolute followed by a finite verb. In number 5, Vayomer Hashem, Ra'o Ra'iti. So look at Ra'o Ra'iti. I have that repeated shoresh, Ra'o Ra'iti. I have my kamatz cholam for Ra'o. And notice that Ra'iti is in past tense. All the others that we've seen so far have been future tense, right? So it's interesting that we can even have a past tense finite verb accompanying an infinitive, which really shows how infinite these infinitives are, that they can really apply to any tense. So Ra'o Ra'iti is I saw, but Ra'o makes it I surely saw. It's, how do you pronounce this word? This is a chat of kamatz, and it's pronounced oni, not ani. Oni, the oppression of Ami, my nation, Asher b'Mitzrayim, that's in Egypt. Ve'ata, ata with an ayin, is now. And now, hine, behold, za'akat b'nei Yisrael, a triple smichut, the scream of b'nei Yisrael, of the children of Israel, ba'a elai. Is this word ba'a past tense, or is it a participle? Remember from participles that when the trup is earlier in the word, it's past tense. So it's a past tense verb. So behold the scream of Bnei Israel, ba'a elai, came up to me, has come up to me. I want to reiterate something that we mentioned in the last slide, which is not to confuse two identical nouns with two identical shorashim that are listed next to each other. When you have two nouns next to each other, like yom vayom, right, what word do I add in the middle? Do you remember? I add each. So yom vayom is each day. Medina would be each province, right? Notice you can have the vav or you can have no vav. It's translated the same. You have like door, right? That would be each generation. Now what about two identical shorashim? Here, I take the first word, right? And I understand it as the infinitive absolute that adds emphasis to the finite verb. Mot tamut, you shall surely die. Shamoa tishma'u, you shall surely listen. Okay, so don't confuse nouns that repeat and shorashim that repeat.